Have you ever noticed something strange? The closer you get to your biggest goal, the more convinced you become that this will finally be the one that changes everything. The promotion, the dream business, the perfect relationship, financial freedom. You imagine that once you finally reach it, something inside you will click into place, that you'll wake up feeling complete. But then, it happens. You achieve the goal you've been chasing for months, sometimes even years. For a brief moment, it feels incredible. Then, quietly, almost without noticing, the feeling fades. Before long, your mind has already moved on to the next target, and you find yourself asking a question that feels almost impossible to admit. Why am I still not satisfied? If you've ever experienced this, you're far from alone. In fact, psychologists have spent decades studying why success often fails to bring the lasting happiness we expect. The answer isn't that you're ungrateful. It isn't that you're too ambitious. And it certainly doesn't mean you're broken. Your brain is simply doing exactly what it was designed to do. By the end of this video, you'll understand why satisfaction disappears so quickly, why achievement can sometimes leave you feeling emptier than before, and how to finally step off the endless treadmill of "I'll be happy when." Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy. It's the belief that reaching one specific milestone will permanently transform the way you feel. We convince ourselves, when I get promoted, when I lose the weight, when I buy the house, when I become successful, then everything inside me will finally settle. But life doesn't work that way. Because the moment we arrive, our brain quietly starts searching for the next destination. The finish line moves, again and again. It's like climbing a mountain you've stared at your whole life. From the bottom, you imagine that reaching the summit will change everything. But once you're standing there, you don't stay looking at the view. You immediately notice another mountain in the distance. The destination changes, the habit of chasing doesn't.
This isn't a flaw in your personality. It's biology. Your brain wasn't built to keep you satisfied. It was built to keep you moving. Every time you're working towards something meaningful, your brain releases dopamine. Contrary to popular belief, dopamine isn't the chemical of happiness. It's the chemical of anticipation. It rewards pursuit, not possession. That's why the excitement before achieving a goal often feels stronger than achieving it. The chase creates energy. The arrival creates relief. And relief fades surprisingly fast. You thought you were chasing happiness. Your brain was actually chasing the next horizon. The moment one horizon is reached, it naturally begins searching for another. That instinct helped our ancestors survive. Today, it often leaves us wondering why nothing ever feels like enough.
For many people, the problem isn't success itself. It's what success begins to mean. Somewhere along the way, achievement quietly becomes identity. Instead of thinking, "I accomplished something," we begin thinking, "This proves who I am." At first, it feels motivating, but eventually, every achievement expires. Yesterday's success becomes today's expectation, and tomorrow demands another performance, because evidence always expires. Imagine two people climbing the same mountain. One climbs because they genuinely love the challenge. The other climbs because they believe reaching the top will finally prove they're enough. Both reach the summit. Both receive the applause. But only one leaves feeling free. The other immediately begins searching for another mountain. Because they were never chasing the mountain. They were chasing permission to feel worthy. This is why some of the world's highest achievers quietly struggle despite extraordinary success. From the outside, everything looks impressive. Inside, satisfaction disappears almost as quickly as it arrives. Because external achievement can never permanently solve an internal question. If your sense of worth depends on your latest accomplishment, peace becomes temporary. Every victory simply resets the standard. Real growth works differently. Growth says, I'm becoming someone stronger. Validation says, maybe this achievement will finally make me enough. One creates freedom. The other creates exhaustion. Curiosity keeps opening doors. Insecurity keeps demanding proof. Many people continue chasing goals that stopped making them happy years ago. Not because they still love them, but because they've already invested too much to walk away. Psychologists call this the sunk cost fallacy. The more time, effort, and emotion we invest into something, the harder it becomes to let it go, even when it no longer fits the life we actually want. Sometimes we aren't chasing fulfillment anymore. We're chasing justification, trying to convince ourselves all those years had to mean something. But your past investment should never become a prison for your future. Sometimes the bravest decision isn't climbing harder. It's choosing a different mountain. So, why do you never feel satisfied? Because your brain evolved to pursue, not to pause. Because dopamine rewards possibility more than possession. Because achievement loses its emotional intensity faster than we expect. And sometimes, because we've quietly confused success with self-worth. None of this means you should stop pursuing meaningful goals. It simply means your happiness can't depend on finally reaching one perfect destination. Real satisfaction doesn't come from collecting achievements. It comes from becoming someone who can appreciate the journey while still growing. The next time you catch yourself thinking, I'll finally be happy when, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I chasing something I truly want? Or am I hoping it will finally change how I feel about myself? That single question can change the way you pursue success forever. Because real satisfaction isn't reaching the top of the mountain. It's learning to enjoy the climb, while knowing your worth was never waiting at the summit. If this video helped you see success through a different lens, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every week, we explore the hidden psychology behind the thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that quietly shape our lives. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one goal you were convinced would change your life, only to realize the feeling didn't last? Share it in the comments below. I read every one. Until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.